couldn't get wood, but I would if I could see you again. Please give me a chance, I've not forgotten. I take a Viagra, smash you rotten. Oh Jane, it was the cocaine. Oh Jane, oh won't you look at the messages I sent you on WhatsApp and on Facebook. I'm sad and lonely, I'm going loopy, 'cause my old man, he got droopy. Oh Jane, it was the cocaine. I'm begging at your door. Oh Jane, give me some more. Oh Jane, please Jane. Oh Jane, well now it's hard. Let me show you, I'll come and wave it in your front yard. Please give me a chance, I've not forgotten. I'll take a Viagra, smash you rotten. Oh Jane, it was the cocaine. Oh Jane, it was the cocaine. Oh Jane, it was the cocaine.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Yeah, this would normally be on a Friday night, but I'm away in London tomorrow. I've got a gig, so this is the last live stream I'm going to be doing for the next few days. Welcome to me, a stand-up comedian currently sat down reacting to classic jokes. This is my small little format that will probably get ripped off by some other YouTubers at any time soon. But anyway, yeah, that's what this is basically me reacting to jokes and comedians. Yeah, that's it. That's it. There's peace and love. We're trying to have a laugh tonight. There's anyway, yeah. We're going to start with shout out to laughs from the past. I'm just going to throw this up now, and it's comedians from the show The Comedians. So good evening, Tracy. Good evening, Tom, the Peckham Poet. Martin, good evening. And good evening, Matt. Good evening. 16 people watching this. So let's try to, in a world that's burning, in a world full of conflict and divide and conquer, let's try to have a laugh for at least an hour, or attempt to.
One for us in hospital, and I said, would you like a bedpan, Mr. Murphy? He said, do I have to do my own cooking?
George Roper. Good gag.
Well, I went to the doctor. He said, my wife and I haven't loved each other for years. He said, take these tablets, put one or tea on the bed tonight. He put 10 in. He put 83 in his own tea. And the wife jumped out of the middle of the bench and said, I want a man! He jumped out of bed after and said, so do I!
I didn't get that.
Well, I went to school with an Irish lad. This Irish lad, he was good at woodwork. 2 years woodwork. And he made a poker. This is you silly bugger. You've got an electric fire.
My little boy said, Dad, I came home from school, Dad, and I called my mum, Dad. Sitting on the settee, Dad, with the milkman, Dad. They was kissing and cuddling, Dad, all afternoon, Dad. I said, don't tell me now, son. Tell me tonight when we're watching television and your mother's there. He said, I will, Dad. So we're sitting watching television. He said, I got something to tell you, Dad. I said, what is it, son? He said, I came home from school, Dad. I caught my mum, Dad, sitting on the settee, Dad, with the milkman, Dad. They was kissing and cuddling, Dad, all afternoon, Dad. Just like you with me Auntie Margaret when my mum was in hospital.
You know what? Let's just. I don't know what. I've not watched these through. The quality of the gags. It's the 70s gags. There'll be some good ones in here, but there'll be a lot of like guff as well.
Do you remember when you were at school? I remember when I was at school, you used to have these inspectors used to come round, you know, and see how the teacher was doing. And I was in school one day, and the teacher was there, the inspector's sitting down watching him. The teacher said to one of the little lads, he said, who knocked down the walls of Jericho? This kid looked at him, he said, I never. Teacher said, all right, sit down, son. The inspector, he said, what's going on? He said, you just asked that kid who knocked down the walls of Jericho. He said, he never. You told him to sit down. He said, you never reprimanded him even. He said, you never reprimanded him. He said, what's going on? The teacher said, well, he said, I've known Jones for 4 years. He said, if he says he never did it, he never did it.
Some of the material is very weak. Everything dates, but it's the comedians in it what get. It's the person. Sometimes really bad material you can let yourself go with it if the comedian looks funny and delivers it in a funny way. Yeah, there's a lot of Scousers tonight, I'm afraid. I hope nobody minds about that. I didn't know. We are Scouse heavy, but we've got an American comedian later, and a very interesting alternative English comedian. I've actually found a new comedian from this day and age that I like. Do you know what? Let me just say this. I want to be involved in a show like this, where you get a gang of comedians, obviously anti-woke, and just film 5 minutes of the material each and make it the new comedians. You know, that's what I'd like to get involved with.
Inspector threw a wobbly. He went off to the headmaster. He said, I've just been in 4G. He said, one of the teachers asked the child who knocked down the walls of Jericho. He said he never did it. He said he asked the teacher what was going on. He said he'd known him for 4 years. If he said he never did it, he never did it. He said, what exactly is going on in this school? Headmaster said, listen, I don't want any trouble here. He said, these walls of Jericho. He said, what if I send a couple of brickies round Monday morning?
I'm sorry, I didn't realise I was halfway through that gag. Well, that is a particularly terrible joke. That you can tell good jokes because you've heard them before. They're like songs, you don't forget them. And he must be a crap comedian because I kind of know me older comedians, and he didn't come into the register. He looked good. He looked like a Stan Boardman from Aldi. This is Eddie Flanagan in his later years.
Oh, seriously, though. This fellow went to the DHSS, and the clerk says, can I help you? He said, well, I put a claim in 11 weeks ago for this industrial deafness. And I've heard nothing yet.
Silly, but fun. He put a claim into the Dole for industrial deafness, and he's not heard anything yet. Simple. That's all a fucking joke has to be. A joke doesn't have to be a big rambling fucking thing. They're a good one.
One Irish fella said to his mates, he said, what would you do, Mick, if you broke your arm in 2 places? He said, I wouldn't go in them 2 places again.
Simple gags. Simple gags.
What about the Irishman was on that programme Mastermind? And Maggie Magazine says, who was born in a stable and had thousands of followers? Dead Red Rum. He said, in Greek mythology, who was half animal and half man? In Buffalo Bill. What does ITN stand for? He said, ingrown toenail. Name 2 days of the week beginning with T. He said, today and tomorrow.
Hello, Western News, ham and eggs, good evening. Totally different Burr, Clementine, everybody, good evening. Lee Evans, I'm a fan of Lee Evans. Not really, he's not my cup of tea. All we're doing, we're watching all jokes, I'm reacting to them, and that's it. We're trying to have a laugh. No negativity on this one. No shouting, no screaming. Anyway,
University Challenge. It's Belfast versus Dublin. After 12 weeks, they're neck and neck. 0-0. Bamber Gascoigne asked the questions. Paddy Murphy, captain of Dublin University, reading gas meters. Here is your start of a 10. A question on Greek mythology. Who was half man and half goat? Is it Billy the Kid?
one of them has just done this joke. One of them has just... Frank Carson has just done this joke. Western, we had... I don't know if you know Western. Jim Davison stole his act from a comedian called Jimmy Jones. Now, the old Nick thing and Sharky. If you want to watch the last one I did about the classic comedians, the Jimmy Jones is the... I don't know if you probably might be aware of him, you might not be aware of him, but Jimmy Jones was basically where Jim Davison's act come from. But I'll get around. I'll put some Jim Davison on it. It's going to be a long kind of running series, this, but I'm just finding my feet with it.
He said, where would you find a 10-ton tortoise? He said, not very far from where you lost it. Who was the first woman on earth? He says, give me a clue. He said, an apple. He said, Granny Smith. Can you name me a small frog who sings on television? He said, Charles Aznavour.
Now, a lot of this material is dated, and sadly, a lot of the references you won't get, you know, but it is what it is. It's how it's time.
How do you spell paint? He said, what colour? He said, it's got 5 letters. The clue is old MacDonald had one. He said, farm. And how are you spelling that? He says, E-I-E-I-O.
This is Tony Joe, who I used to know. And I used to go around his house and all that. I played this clip last time, so I apologise about this. I didn't realise that this clip was in. But in respect to Tony Joe, let's see him again. And no worries, Western. Yeah, check it out. He is good. Brighton is for the gays. St. Leonard's for the queers. You can't say things like that, Martin. Yeah, let's watch Tony Joe. Have you noticed that in that time frame, they all had a particular look? I might start dressing like this.
I walked in a pub, there's 2 Irish fellas there. He said, Murphy, he said, what? He said, what's got 4 legs and stinks? He said, I don't know. He said, you and him. Murphy said, I'll try that on Sean when he comes in. Sean's come in, he said, Sean, he said, what? He said, what's got 4 legs and stinks? He said, I give up. He said, me and him.
Mick Miller, you all know him. Mick Miller doesn't like me. Just as a side note.
Woman went into a pet shop. She said, I'm after a dog, really, you know, a guard dog to mind the house. He said, madam, don't look any further. Never mind dogs. This parrot here will do the job for you. She said, a parrot? Marvellous. Mind your house for you, because, you know, the old women, you know, they always go to that bingo, don't they? Have you stood in something, love? No. You want to wipe your shoe, love?
You know, Mick Miller isn't a fan of mine, but I actually think he is a good comedian. I love them all kind of like foam tops on the microphones.
No. Yes, yeah. I'm not Max Warlove, I'm a bit younger. I've lost my place now. So, this woman's in this pet shop. And he says, madam, that parrot will look after you. She said, are you sure? Guard your house for you. She said, I'll have it. What do we do? Before you go out at night, just open the door and the parrot will look after you. Guard the house. It talks. So she's took it home, she's put it on the perch, she's gone out to bingo, as they do, you know, pensioners, don't they? They sit there with the 12 bucks. Cost them £18. And they argue about the price of a lettuce. So, she's got this parrot to guard the house. She's out an hour, the window latch went, the parrot was on the door. The window opened, the parrot got out, he flew over to the phone. A leg come through the window, the parrot has lifted the receiver off with its beak, got its wing, 9, 9, 9. And the voice said, emergency, what service do you require? He said, who's a pretty boy?
No, sorry. Now, who's this? I don't recognise this fella.
Car crash. 2 young couples in the car run off. The police get the car, and all that's in the car is a monkey. And the judge is dead embarrassed. He said, how can I interview a monkey in court? He said, this monkey's brilliant. He said, were you in the car crash? He said, how many people in the car? She said, 2 fellas, 2 girls. He said, what were they doing in the car? He said, they were making love in the back. He said, what about the couple in the front? He said, the couple making love in the front. He said, what the hell were you doing all this time?
Now, I'm sure that act, his name was Oliver, and he later became a Chubby Brain tribute act. And I booked him once and didn't sell any tickets, and he was kicking off with me for, he wanted his money, and I blocked him. Anyway, yeah, I don't know who this is. Let's have a see if he's got anything better, because that monkey joke was fucking crap. Imagine putting a picture of yourself there. Imagine putting a picture of yourself like that and your subscribe button. What does that actually look like? For fuck's sake.
So there's this Liverpool docker on safari in the jungle with 300 shapers carrying the gear. And as these 2 dockers are hacking away through the jungle with swords, one docker said to his mate, he says, we'll make camp here. His mate says, I don't want a coffee. He says, no, you fool. He says,
Campers are a make of liquid coffee. No, it's all liquid, but yeah.
I mean, we'll bed down for the night. And they bed down for the night, and the following morning when they woke up, the 300 shapers had gone with all the tick. They took everything except a chip pan, some potatoes and a box of matches. His mate says, light a fire, we'll have chips for breakfast. He said, what are we going to do for fat? He says, I'll go in the jungle and see what I can find. He says, while you're there, see if you can get a paper. He says, okay. So he goes in the jungle, and he comes back 10 minutes after with this very tall 2-foot pygmy. He said, now get the pygmy on the spit over the fire and turn him very slow. We'll use the fat off him for chips. He says, I'll go in the jungle and see if I can get any vinegar. When he comes back, his mates go and 10 to the dozen with the spit and the pygmy. He says, I told you to turn him slow. He says, I was, but he was pinching the chips.
Kind of, yeah. I can have that one. Yeah, it's very dated, this humour. It's another world, in it. This stuff belongs in another world, but there was a better world than this. So if it's not funny for you, at least for some of you, it'll be a bit of nostalgia. It's definitely a nostalgia trip for me, you know. So
So the voice from heaven said to the Corinthians, "You want the commandments? What are they? Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal." Oh no, Corinthians love killing and stealing to the Romans. You want the commandments? What are they? Thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's wife. You're joking. Who you done now? You with the glasses, what's your name? Moses. What tribe do you belong to? To the Jews. You want the commandments? How much are they? Nothing. Give us 10.
You got to look after yourself, you know. I'm telling you now. Keep up.
this is this Tony Montana? This is very Scarface. In this time frame, I'm not sure when this is. You know, I think it's got to be the 80s. This has got to be the mid. I don't know. But people used to turn out like this. Yeah, he actually looks like a fucking cartel member.
Last week, the other week, he had all his fingers severed off. Unsevered. And they rushed him off to the hospital. The doctor said, "You silly chappie, if you'd have brought your fingers with you, we could sand them back on." He still couldn't pick them up.
Scarface from Judley. I'm going to go through your comments after, everybody. Don't worry, I'm not ignoring you. We'll might have a break in a bit, and I'll go through some comments.
They tell you I got an odd pet, you know. I got octopus, you know. Oh yeah, I got octopus. Cost me 23 quid, long time ago, mate. My mate said, "Give us hand." He said, "Jerry." I said, "What do you want?" He said, "Well," I said, "Well, tell you what, you give me a hand to clean out my octopus, and I'll come down and give you a hand to dig the garden." He said, "All right." And he said, "What have I got to do?" I said, "All you got to do is take the octopus out." I said, "Put him on the floor, clean the bath out, put the octopus back in." He said, "How do I get him back here?" I said, "With a shovel." He said, "How'd you do that?" I said, "Well, clean it out." And of course, he's picking the octopus out, puts him on the floor, rubbing the bath out. Of course, when he comes to pick the octopus up, he can't. He's got 8 legs, and they're all stuck to the floor. And he's putting a shovel underneath them and trying to lift him up, and the octopus is putting the legs down. He said, "I can't do it." I said, "Give it here." Got the shovel, I went, whack on the top of his head. He went, "Oh!" I said, "Get in there, you bugger."
I don't like long-winded jokes, me. I like serenely dark jokes and silly jokes, and I like the humour to be fast, you know. But yeah, 30 people watching this shit. Good evening, peace and love to you all. We're just trying to have a laugh. That's all we're doing.
Fellow in a cake shop, he said, "How much is those 2 cakes?" Fellow behind the counter, he said, 50p. He said, "How much is one?" He said, 30p. He said, "Well, I'll have the other one."
I like stuff like that. I do like stuff like that. And it's him again, how he tells it. It's the style, the person. That's all comedy, isn't it?
Irish fellow walked in this shoe shop, bought himself a pair of tortoise shell shoes, took him 4 hours to walk out the shop.
Funny. Silly, funny. Today, would your intellectual comedy circuit like that? Probably not.
Fella in prison, he said, "It's cold in this cell." The warden said, "I'll put you another bar on."
It's just simple jokes.
What about the little fella's crawling through the desert and he's going, "Water? I'm lost. Water? I'm lost. Water?" Next minute, mush. There's this Eskimo coming over the sandals. 16 huskies and all his family go, mush. Fellow went, "I'm lost." He went, "You're lost."
Was that the joke? There's probably a reason why I've never seen him before. You see, back in them days, there was that many clubs. There was that many comedians, and obviously you'd have someone with shit. And I don't know who he was, God bless him, but that wasn't my cup of tea. Tony Montana's back.
And the two old dears were lying in the geriatric ward, and she said to her mate, she said, "Oh, see, I'm sick of lying. I'm sick of lying here. Week after week, nothing exciting happens. You know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to do a streak." She said, "You're not?" She said, "I am. Through the men's ward, 9:30, and they've had the cocoa." 9:30, she was stood by the bed like a crepe bandage. And she made a run for it. She made a run for it through the men's ward. And these two old fellas were lying in bed. The one went, "Harry!" "Oh, I got to..." "Did you see that then?" He said, "I did. What was she wearing?" He said, "I don't know. But it didn't half need ironing."
Yeah, I've heard that one. Basically, this might interest you, this might not interest you. Anne mentioned the canned laughter. Now, as you know, everybody on this show gets laughs, but in reality, some people don't get laughs. Now, I got told this by a comedian backstage at the Comedy Store. Live at the Apollo, obviously, once again, everybody gets laughs, but there will be some comedians who don't. So what happens if a comedian performs live at the Apollo? It's not on anymore, but these kind of shows, if a comedian's on one of these television stand-up shows and they don't get laughs, what they do is they use the laughter track of the previous comedian. Did you know that? That's true. It might not interest you, but may not be for you, but it could be for me.
Of course, right to live, we live on the banks of the Severn, you know, and we got the fishermen down there now, you know. And I was driving along there the other day, and I stopped and have a walk along the bank because we got the Aylward fishermen as well coming on. And this big fat fella fell in, mate. Big one, mate. Quicker to jump over him and walk round it. And my mate said, "Give us a hand to drag him out." We got him halfway up the bank and couldn't get no more. I said, hop along and get an ambulance. And you give him this your artificial perspiration," he said. I got back 20 minutes later and my mates are pumping away at this fat fella and the waters are gushing out of his mouth, mate. I said, "Good God, you having a job there?" He said, "Oh," he said, "I've been pumping away at him for 20 minutes yet and the water's still gushing out of his mouth." He said, "I don't know where it's coming from." I looked over the bank. I said, "If you don't get his backside out the river," I said, "you'll pump it dry." I said.
I'm not keen on him. I don't know. I'm not keen. I don't know who he is, but I just switch off. So yeah, I didn't really. This fella's quite interesting.
Quasimodo went to Lourdes to get rid of his hump, and the priest said, "Strip off and you go under the waterfall and sing a hymn." Quasimodo says, "I know there is a hymn. I know there is a green hill far away." And he stripped off and went on the waterfall, and he forgot his hymn because the water was that cold when it hit his hump. He sang the desert song and come out with two humps.
Fuck is this stupid? Look at that emoji of you. What? That's just weird, isn't it? Why were you putting an emoji of yourself like that? I'm sorry. It's just creepy. Subscribe, please.
And the papers are great now, aren't they? Win £1 million in the Daily Mirror. 2 hours or that, taking the motorway. And Pat said to me, "Have you seen the Daily Mirror?" I went, "Oh, yes." He said, "You can win £1 million." It's a lot of money, isn't it? He said, "What would you do if we won £1 million?" He went, "Oh, I can't begin to think." Next minute, this tractor went past with a load of hay on. He went, "That's the first thing to do. Send me grass away to get cut."
I'm walking down the road today.
This fella looks interesting.
I'm walking down the road today and a big fella walked towards me. Got a big tulip hanging out of his lapel right past his kneecap. He said, hello, you. I said, hello. He said, if you can tell me what this is hanging out of my lapel right past my kneecap. He said, you can kiss me. I said, it's a cabbage. He said, that's near enough. Have you ever been sitting in the house and somebody knocks on your door just when you're watching the television and the important part's coming up? And you hear bang, bang, bang on the door, you think, who's that now? I open the front door, there's a fella there. I said, what do you want? He said, have you got a vacuum? I said, no, I haven't. I said, but I got a little U-bank. At that, he tipped a big bag of soot over me front hall carpet. I said, hey! I said, what you doing? He said, don't worry about the soot. He said, I got a vacuum here, it's magic. I said, it better be, we've had the electric cut off 2 weeks.
I like him. That's good, that. I love knock. I love a fella knocked on our door jokes. I've even got some. But you'll only see him when you come watching me laugh. That's my favourite joke, what he's just told me, to be fair.
I had to go to the doctors this week as well. That's the doctors. You can't go to the doctors now, can you? You have to phone.
Fucking hell. You couldn't go to the doctors then. You can't go now, pal. Fucking hell, you get 10 minutes.
Not make an appointment. Do you have to do that up here? Yeah. You have to phone. Hello, doctor. Yes, sir. Thinking of having a heart attack next Tuesday. And you go to the health centre now, don't you? You go to the health centre in Liverpool, you know, and there's loads of prams outside, you know, full of lead and copper. I goes in the doctor's, right, I didn't have any clothes on. He didn't even look at me. He's writing something out. I'm standing there. He looked up. He said, yes, miss. It was a cold day, you know. He examined me. He said, you've got Alice. I said, what's that? He said, I don't know, but Christopher Robin went down with it.
Tony Joe. R.I.P. Tony Joe.
She's 8 months pregnant. He's walked up to the 4-year-old lad.
Said, Mummy.
I said, what, son?
What's that?
She said, that's your new baby brother or sister.
So where did he get it?
She said, your daddy gave it me. He went,
Oh.
He ran out into the garden where his dad was. He said, Dad! I said, what, son? He said, you know that baby you gave Mummy? He said, yeah. He said, she's eating it.
I once heard a joke on the comedians. You won't find it funny. I remember hearing this joke as a kid. And this little lad runs up to his dad and says, Dad, I don't want a bike for Christmas anymore. And his dad goes, why not, lad? He goes, I've just found one behind wardrobe. And I just fucking thought that was funny.
This,
good evening, Hedgehog Man. Yes, we have that comment as well. Yeah, there's a lot of Fred West lookalikes in the 80s. But what's wrong with that? It's a good hairstyle. At some point in the future, I might go for the Fred West look completely.
This Irish fella won the pools, you know. And his mate says, was it now then, Paddy, a cruise? He said, it is not. He said, I'm going to spend a lot of money on these elocution lessons. He said, I'm sick of the English taking the mickey out of us. So he went over to Ireland and he come back, you know, he spends about £15,000 learning to speak proper. And he come back to Liverpool and he walked in his shop, he says, good morning, how the devil are you? And this scouser says, I'm all right, like, why? He said, I want the largest box of fondant creams you've got. He said, we don't sell them, Paddy. He said, Paddy, how do you know I'm Irish? He said, this is a butcher's.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I was going to preempt that. Well, yeah, I bet Fred West did have a good sense of humour, you know. I know that he used to eat raw onions like apples.
You get it? This Protestant wanted to marry this Jewish girl, right? He said, well, you'll have... He said, what?
Martin, I apologise for this joke. I didn't realise it was on, so don't start kicking off.
You'll have to do, he says, you'll have to go to church every Saturday, right, and see the rabbi. So I went to see the rabbi. The rabbi said, you want to be a Jew? Right. He said, kneel down in front, sprinkle water over him. He said, you're not a Protestant, you're a Jew. You're not a Protestant, sprinkle water on holy water. You're not a Protestant, you're a Jew, right? He says, now come here every Saturday and don't eat pork. So 3 weeks later, his wife comes home from work. She smells meat cooking. She goes into the back kitchen. There's her husband with a frying pan with a big pork chop in it. And he's sprinkling water and he's going, you're not a pork chop, you're a kipper. 2 Irish fellas playing snooker. They hadn't put a ball down for 2 hours. One said to the other, should we cheat? The one said, nobody's looking. Take that wooden triangle off.
I would actually... It would be an honour if I looked like any of these people. You know, I'm the only person keeping this old school vibe alive in comedy. There's nobody else. Right, let's have a look at... Tell you what we're going to have a look at. Now, this footage is a bit fucking iffy. 42 people watching this shit. Shout out to Hedgehog Man, everybody else. We're going to have a talk to you all later on. This footage ain't the best, but the footage is of Charlie Chuck and he's auditioning on the Sky talent show. Charlie Chuck is an unsung genius of British comedy, and the fact that he never made it big is just a travesty. They all used to dress like that, to be honest with you. That's how they used to dress on the gigs. They all used to wear a suit and stuff like that. But let's have a look at Charlie Chuck.
He's a bitter man.
AJ!
The footage ain't the best, but the audio's okay. So just bear with me.
AJ! I'm gonna have a sit down. Where am I? There's something crawling on me.
This is Charlie Chuck.
And beware. Flippant in bow wow. Donkey. A-R. A-R. A-R.
Now here, this is a classic example of the comedian being the joke. It just looks fucking funny. If you're a comedian and you look funny, the battle's fucking won. If you, the true test of a comedian, right, stand up, if you can walk on stage and get laughs without opening your mouth.
Woof back! Donkey! Woof back! Donkey! Woof back! Donkey! A-R! 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 Once upon a time, there were 3 bears. Mammy Bear, Daddy Bear, and Baby Bear. Now there's millions of them.
Now this is alternative comedy. He's old school, obviously, in his presentation, but this is just alternative comedy. It's anti-humor. Fucking yeah, it should have been a lot bigger. And did you know he used to? Obviously, you know, he used to be on the Vic and Bob show, Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer, and they fucked him off for George Dawes, Matt Lucas. He was just a fat fucking goof.
I went to doctors. I said, doctor, I keep thinking I'm a dog. He said, how long's this been going on? I said, ever since I was a puppy.
Yeah, that's probably an old joke, to be fair.
He said, get on couch, I'll examine you. I said, I'm not allowed on couch. There were a fella sat next to me. I said, what you in for, pal? I called him pal, because he got head like a lump of dog meat. He said, everything I eat comes up. I said, here, swallow this football coupon. Man walked in like that.
Fuck Milton Jones. These are the real comedians. Milton Jones, all modern comedians are fucking rubbish. I'll say that. I'm sorry to offend anybody. Man, this is real fucking comedy. Fuck Milton Jones. He's just a fucking goof.
Doctor says, what's up with you? He said, I don't know how to tell you this. He said, it's very embarrassing. He said, I've got a cricket ball stuck up my backside. Doctor says, how's that? He said, don't you start. A man went into a bread shop.
Oh, I love this one.
He said, I want a donut.
Donut.
A cream bun.
Done.
And a slice of that cake. Over there. He said, you can have a donut. You can have a slice of that cake. Over there. But you can't have a cream bun. He said, I want a donut. A cream bun. And a slice of that cake. Over there. He said, you can have a donut. You can have a slice of that cake. Over there. But you can't have a cream bun. He said, I want a donut. A cream bun. And a slice of that cake. Over there. He said, you can have a donut. You can have a slice of that cake. Over there. You can't have a cream bun. He said, I want a donut. I want a cream bun. And I want a slice of that cake. Over there. He said, get out! Get out of the bread shop! Get out! Tell you that! Don't start showing me up in front of everybody. I told you to suck eggs, eater. I'm gonna sing a song.
Now, that is meta humor, basically. Did you know that Charlie Chuck is Paul McCartney's favourite comedian and played at Paul McCartney's birthday party? True story.
I'm the softest man around town. People say I'm rocky. I'm starting to stink now.
Ted Chippington, I have, sir. Yes. He was an early inspiration for Stuart Lee. He was one of Stuart Lee's idols.
In the crowd, doing odd jobs, don't get folks a fortune in a hurry. But I've got my own ideas on this, so I should worry. Just because I've never been to school, I'm looked upon as nothing but a fool. But being wise like other folks, I learnt it didn't pay. Hey? So I simply take no notice when they say, I'm not all there. There's something missing. I'm not all there. I'll tell you that.
Okay. The joke is Charlie Chuck. Dave Keir is his real name. And that is the gag. He could come out with anything. Like Tommy Cooper. That is it. He is the joke. So what he said, I mean, that bread shop thing, if anybody else said that, they'd be like, what the fuck are you going on about? You know, this is it. A very important thing for comedians is their image, how affable they are, and how funny they look. It's clowns, isn't it?
All my folks are potty just like me. They're retired and live in luxury, acting soft and foolish. Paint the wise ones hollow, so their example was the only one to follow. All the local bookies say I'm up the chimney stack, and when I back a winner, they give me twice me whack. And when I back a loser, they'll give me my money back, 'cause I'm not supposed to be all there. I'm not all there. I'm not all there. I'll tell you that. I'm not all there. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we're going to. I think they just review his act, so we don't really need to see that. But yeah, that's Charlie Chuck. I'm overrunning here. What I'm going to do though, we're going to see a classic American comedian, another influencer man. Actually, this next fella we're going to see, he has been so influential on the old school of British comedy. Yeah, you might know him, you might not, but this is Rodney Dangerfield and some good one-liners.
When I was in a place, I felt like having a few drinks. Someone ordered a bartender. I said, surprise me. He showed me a naked picture of my wife.
Slick, fast, bang. This is comedy.
Tell you the truth, my wife and I, we never have sex. Now, we get undressed, we can't stop laughing, you know? I got no sex life. 10 years ago, my wife put me on hold. My old man, he didn't help at all, my old man. We used to play tag and he'd drive. I mean, it's not easy being me. When I was born, the doctor told my mother I did all I could, but he pulled through anyway. I mean, and nobody was nice. My mother never breastfed me. She told me she liked me as a friend.
And he wrote a lot of his own gags. Now, Bernard Manning, loads of people stole his material. I used to use one of his gags. If he does the gag, I'll point it out. If he doesn't do the gag, I'll tell it you after.
Now, when I was born, after the doctor cut the cord, he hung himself. And I tell you, I can't relax, you know? My dog drives me nuts. My dog. He wants me to mate him. I wouldn't mate him. Let him go through what I go through. I mean, last week was rough. Are you kidding? Last week I looked up my family tree. 2 dogs were using it. And I'll tell you, my wife isn't too smart, you know. One night she went out, some guy stole the car. I took her to see what he looked like. She told me she got the license plate number. Oh, my wife. Oh, one night she told me she felt romantic. I took her to a drive-in movie. I spent the whole night trying to find out what car she was in.
You know what? Possibly stand-up, possibly stand-up comedy started in America or came from America. We just had the musical vaudevillian shit, but perhaps the birthplace of real stand-up comedy is America. Any thoughts, Tom? Hedgehog Man?
This afternoon, my wife cracked up the car again. I was out driving her. She told me she was going to make a U-turn. I'll tell you, the letter she made, you'll never find any out there. Oh, he's a strange doctor.
Strange doctor.
Hey, you kidding? I asked him if my heart was strong enough for sex. He told me not if I join in, you know? I'll tell you my trouble. I got the wrong doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombosh. Know my doctor? What a doctor. Oh, I called him last week. I told him, Doc, I swallowed a bottle of sleeping pills. He told me to have a few drinks and get some rest.
Life's not easy.
Not easy. You
Not
can't
easy.
trust doctors either. They're all mixed up.
You really
kidding?
think so, huh?
My proctologist used to be a photographer.
Yeah.
Hey, he took x-rays, told me to bend over and say cheese.
It's fucking funny, isn't it? It's slick, it's fast, it's funny. No rambling.
Low, Johnny. You kidding? I told my wife I want to die in bed. She said, again?
The film is Caddyshack in it. Was he in Caddyshack? Was he in something else?
I mean, I'm getting old. I'm not a kid anymore. I know I'm getting old. In Vegas, I played a slot machine. 3 prunes came up. I know I'm getting old. I'm at the age now, if I hear someone goes both ways, I figure it's number 1 and number 2, you know. I tell you, I don't get a break with nothing. I joined Gamblers Anonymous. They gave me 2 to 1. I don't make it. Oh, boy, the other night in Las Vegas, I tell you, I got loaded. I know what I'm doing. I played dice. I lost $1,000.
He had a good heckle comeback. There was a clip of him in later years playing Vegas, and some fucking bloke shouted to him, "What do you do for a living?" And he goes, "I get men for your sister." I think I've used that. But you have to be careful who he's fucking shouting.
I got even though I stole 400 sweet and lows. This afternoon, my wife started in again. Yeah, she keeps throwing up when I work Las Vegas. I went broke playing the slot machines, you know. I'll tell you, Las Vegas, I got slot machines all over, even in supermarkets. I went in to buy a container of milk, cost me $238.
All Jewish comedians, Jewish comedians, there's something great about them. I don't know why, but the old Jew comedians like Henny Youngman, Rodney Dangerfield, what's she called? Joan Rivers, all these people, great comedians.
My old man, he didn't help either. The time I was kidnapped, they sent back a piece of my finger. He said he wanted more proof. Hey, you kid, I know I'm ugly. I stuck my head out the window, got arrested for mooning. I know I'm ugly. I went to a freak show. They let me in for nothing. Kid, I was an ugly kid, too. How ugly? I was so ugly, my mother breastfed me through a straw. Hey, my wife can't do nothing right. She can't cook, the worst cook in the world. Gave my kid alphabet soup. He spelled out help.
Love it.
What a lousy cook. I mean, how can toast have bones? She's a lousy cook, too. She can't cook at all. I leave dental floss in the kitchen, the roaches hang themselves.
Bobby Thompson, is that the old comedian from the Middlesbrough, Northeast?
I live in New York on the west side, you know. Rough neighborhood, rough. I'll tell you, I live in the only neighborhood when I plan my budget, I allow for hold-up money. What a neighborhood. Well, the first day I moved in, I asked a cop, I said, how long I walk to the subway? He said, I don't know, so far, no one ever made it.
Yeah, that's right, Ed Joggy was in that.
No, it's a rough building, I tell you, rather, nothing but every night there's robberies, forget about it. Nothing but robberies in my apartment building, you know? I mean, every time I close a window, I hit somebody's hands.
I used to use that joke. I probably would still use it again. It's that rough where I live. When I shut my windows, I trap someone's fingers. You know, that's an influential comedian, and fucking people are using the shit years later, decades later.
I tell you, folks, with me, nothing comes easy. You know, I can't lose any weight. I tried jogging. I keep running into restaurants. I was so fat when I got my shoes shine, I had to take the guy's word for it. I mean, I was fat, I'll tell you that. Doctors say all kinds of exercise is great. You burn up energy, you lose calories. I mean, in fact, doctors say when a man makes love to a woman, he burns up energy, he loses 150 calories. I made love to a girl once and lost even more. I lost 150 calories, my watch, and my wallet. I mean, the last time I made love to my wife, it was ridiculous. Nothing was happening. I looked at her, I said, what's the matter? Can't you think of anyone either?
I'm going to be finding as many obscure old comedians as I can, you know, because that's what I want to do. I want to go back into stand-up, like Rodney Dangerfield, mate. This is Rodney Dangerfield. So, yeah, this is Rodney Dangerfield.
Now, you kid, I know my wife cheats on me. Every time I come home, the parrot says, quick, out the window, you know? My sex life is nothing. My wife cut me out to once a month. Cut me down to once a month. Oh, I'm lucky. 2 guys I know she cut out completely.
This is a one-liner comedian. You watch one-liner comedians now. This shit, Gary Delaney, or I used to like one. I used to do a bit of one-liner stuff, and I kind of do sometimes. But one-liner comedians now are just fucking dull. Like 10 minutes in, you just switch off.
My old man, he didn't help either. Kept taking me to the zoo. He said he was hoping my real parents would claim me. And my kids, they don't help either. The other day I told my kid, I said, someday you'll have children of your own. He said, so will you. Real smart kid I got. The other day I told him about the birds and the bees. He told me about my wife and a butcher.
Fucking great. It's fucking great comedy.
I tell you, I can't relax. My kid drives me nuts. The other day I told him, I says, you're young, you don't have it upstairs. He told me I'm old, I don't have it downstairs. And this girl was no bargain either. She was fat.
Fat, huh?
How fat? When she wears high heels, she strikes oil, okay? She's fat.
She's that fat when she wears high heels, she strikes oil.
She was fat.
Fat, that's a big girl.
Ooh, remember how we met? I hit her with my car. She said me once go around me. I told her I didn't think I had enough gas.
Big girl.
Well, I met her at the Macy's parade. She was wearing ropes. I always wondered how my wife got her license the first time she took the test. I found out the inspector said he wouldn't go through that again. The last time my wife drove the car, she cracked it up, went into a tree. She told me it wasn't her fault. She blew the horn. I mean, are you kidding? Oh, my mother had morning sickness after I was born.
Yeah, it's just slick. It's fast. It's funny.
No respect the day I was born.
Really?
No respect. The doctor picked me up and smacked me. I found out the nurse, she got a few into you. Now, with gambling, I'm never lucky. Well, last week at a track, I shut off the opening gun and they killed my horse. I mean, I'm getting old. I'm not a kid anymore. I know I'm getting old. In Vegas, I played a slot machine. 3 prunes came up.
Has that joke just been on? Oh, I dreamt that.
I mean, people look at me, they figure I'm the type of guy I get drunk and go to the track, right? They're wrong. I get high first, I get drunk and go to the track. You know what I mean? And my old man, he didn't like my looks either. But he carried around a picture of the kid who came with the wallet. I mean, are you kidding? My old man never liked me. When he took me hunting, he gave me a 3-minute head start.
Okay, everybody, listen. Right? If there's a comedian or comedians you want me to react to, I'm not doing the wanky YouTube thing. Put them in the comments below here. If there's any comedians you want, I won't be able to access the live after. Any comedians you want me to react to, please put the names below. Preferably of the older comedians, you know.
And on the way home, he tied me to the fender, put the deer in the car. I'm not a kid. I'm getting older, Johnny. I'm getting old. You kidding? I took a vacation, went to Mexico. I got the walks. Getting old. You kidding? My age, to me, the daily double is prune juice and an enema. My last birthday cake, I couldn't blow out the candles. The heat drove me back. I'm ugly, I'm telling you. My proctologist, he stuck his finger in my mouth. This girl was fat and ugly. Ooh, was she ugly?
Ugly?
How ugly? I took her to the beach. They asked me what I used for bait. Ugly chick, you kidding? When I took her home, my mother put newspapers on the floor.
Apparently, he was a big pothead. Apparently, Rodney Dangerfield was a big pothead. Just saying. Trivia.
I mean, ugly. I gave her a hickey. I got fur in my mouth. Now, I tell you, my wife with eating is always problems. She's a strict vegetarian. In fact, when I met her, she was grazing on the front lawn. I mean, she can't cook at all. She made chocolate mousse and antler got stuck in my throat. I'll tell you one thing, though, when I have sex with my wife, it's like magic. As soon as I get in bed, she disappears. But I'll tell you one thing, when my wife does have sex, she screams. Ooh, especially when I walk in on her. Oh, the other night, she met me at the front door wearing a see-through negligee. The only trouble is she was coming home. Oh, I tell you, I can't take it no more. Well, this afternoon, I said to my little girl, I says, when you grow up, what do you want to be? And she looked at my wife. She said, single. Well, the other day, I called my house. My boy answered the phone. I said to him, let me talk to Mommy. I heard the kid say, Mommy, it's Daddy. Are you home? I don't get no respect from anyone. Well, last Christmas, my kid wanted a BB gun. I gave him a BB gun. He gave me a sweatshirt with a bullseye in the back. I'll tell you, nice to hear you laugh, though.
Yeah, everybody, like I said, if you want to me to comment on other comedians, this comment section, what you're using now is no good. When the video's finished or something, can you just drop them beneath? So
I'll tell you, that really is nice. Now, because where I live, there's no laughs, you know. I live in a bad neighborhood. Well, just last week, a guy pulled a knife on me. I could see it wasn't a real professional job. There was butter on it.
I have used that joke. That's the joke I've used. Loads of comedians, I'm not going to name any, I know have used that joke. The gag is slightly changed. Wherever you go to, you say, I've just been threatened outside by a lad with a knife. I think he was from Dada, rough area of the place, because the knife still had butter on it. Yeah, it's a good gag.
No, but I'll tell you, Dean, since I live in this neighborhood, I was attacked only once, just once, you know? It was a strange thing. The guy who attacked me had class. Yeah, he used an electric razor. Actually, I blame myself. I was standing right next to an outlet. Oh, this guy, electric razor, he was really something. He took my watch, he took my wallet, and he took a little off the sides. My wife, I got no sex life. The dog keeps watching me in the bedroom, wants to learn how to beg. I told him to watch my wife and learn how to roll over and play dead. I tell you, it's tough to stay married to my wife. How do you think I feel? She kissed the dog on the lips and she won't drink from my glass. I tell you, I'm sorry I was a little late getting here tonight. You know, my dog, he started trouble again. I mean, I got a dog, he tries to run the whole house. Well, the other night he started trouble. He went over the front door, he started to bark. I went over, I opened the front door. The dog didn't want to go out, he wanted me to leave. I was talking to my doctor, you know my...
His act is just basically what you call, I don't analyze status, but it's obviously a low, he's working from a low status perspective, you know, it's very self-deprecating, and that's the gag, that's one, so basically, he's doing the same thing with every gag, it's just configured differently.
Dr. Vinny Boombach, you know my doctor? Yeah. Well, he told me last week in his office he got 6 cases of VD. I mean, he's all right now, you know. Well, my doctor, he don't help either. He told me to run 5 miles a day for 2 weeks. I called him up. I said, Doc, I'm 70 miles from my house. I'll tell you about trouble. I got the wrong doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombach. You know my doctor? What a doctor. You kidding me? Well, that doctor, I called him up, I told him I had diarrhea, put me on hold. Well, they say when you're driving, you know, watch out for the other guy. I'll tell you, when my wife is driving, you don't have to worry about the other guy. I mean, she'll get him. Oh, my wife took a driver's test, she was happy. She got 18 out of 20. Yeah, 2 guys jumped out of the way. I remember things when I was a kid. The time I asked my old man where I came from. He told me I was brought by a crow. My old man, he didn't help either. The time I asked my old man, how can I get my kite in the air? He told me to run off a cliff. I'll tell you, when I was a kid, I was ugly, too. I told my old man, he never took me to the zoo. He said, if they want you, they'll come and get you. Now, one girl, she was so fat, she got in the scale, a card came out, said 1 at a time, you know? But I'm talking about a fat girl here, you know what I mean? Big girl, you're kidding? She was standing alone. A cop told her to break it up, you know?
There's nobody like this, though. There's no one like this now, is there? I can't think of anybody like this, doing this style of one-liners to this kind of level. And so slick. They all seem to be really like... I don't know. I'm no student. I don't know much about modern comedy, to be fair.
I tell you, last week was a rough week for me last week. I saw my kid and the milkman going to a father and son dinner. tell you, my kitty drives me nuts. Well, he put crazy glue in my preparation H.
Yeah, I ask you for suggestions. Can you put your suggestions in the comment section? I won't be playing them tonight because my computer's very slow, and if I try and drag material off the internet, one, it'll take time, and two, the computer will judder and it might freeze. But yeah, SAFC Tom, leave a comment for next time. You know, I've got what I'm the show's nearly finished now, so yes, I see what you're saying. Calm down.
I'll tell you what's more important than looks is love. You got to have love.
Love is
and
important.
I got plenty of love in me, Johnny.
That's
Plenty.
the main
I love
thing.
a lot of things.
Love.
I love sports. I love music, and one of my kids. Well, I know I'm getting old. If I squeeze into a parking place, I'm sexually satisfied. You kidding? I'm not a kid anymore. I'm getting old. Yeah. I know I'm getting old. Well, my last birthday cake looked like a prairie fire. You know how it is. I know I'm getting old. At my age, I want two girls at once, you know. Yeah, if I fall asleep, they got each other to talk to. And my wife, I got no sex life either. Well, in my house, we put the mirror over the dog's bed. Are you kidding? I know I'm ugly. My dog found out we look alike. He killed himself. My wife, she can't cook either. My house, we pray after we eat. What a lousy cook. I don't think meatloaf should glow in the dark. I mean, if she can't cook at all, my backyard, the flies chipped in to fix the screen door. I was an ugly kid, too. I had plenty of pimples. One day I fell asleep in the library. I woke up, a blind man was reading my face. Are you kidding? I know I'm ugly. Halloween, I open the front door, kids give me candy. When I was a kid, my old man, he didn't help either, you know. The time I asked my old man if I can go ice skating on a lake, he told me to wait till it gets warmer. Yeah, my neighbor, there's nothing but killings over there. I went out, I bought a waterbed. There was a guy at the bottom of it.
I agree, Kevin Farquhar. Sadowitz is the governor. I could try and play some Sadowitz, but if he finds it, it'll copyright strike me. Jerry Sadowitz doesn't like his material. Jerry Sadowitz spends a lot of time on YouTube, combing YouTube to see if anybody's uploaded his material. Tom will concur on that one.
Oh, my neighbor was rough. Forget about it, will you? Well, my neighbor, they got signs all over. Drive fast. The life you save may be your own. And you know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombas. Know my doctor? What a doctor. He's really mixed up. He grabbed my knee and told me to cough and hit me in the balls with a hammer. Oh, one time I saw him, he gave me sleeping pills. He told me to take them whenever I wake up. Tell you, my problem is I drink too much, way too much.
Yeah.
I gave my doctor a urine specimen. There was an olive in it. My dog, too, she gives me trouble.
Your dog?
Yeah. I got a female dog, you know. I tried to mate her. She wants 50 biscuits. And I tell you, I got a dumb dog, too, my dog. We call him Egypt. Every room he leaves a pyramid. Smoking, that's another one. Try to stop smoking. That's a beauty, huh? Well, with cigarettes, my wife and I, we made a deal, my wife and I. We only smoke after sex. I got the same pack now since 1975. What bothers me is my wife. She's up to 3 packs a day.
Rodney Dangerfield, R.I.P. Yeah, that's been tonight's little wander through the past of comedy. I hope you've enjoyed it. Not every joke might have struck a 6, but yeah, if you want me to review or react to any comedians, put them underneath, not there in the comment section here. It's going to disappear soon. I'm sorry I've not had time to message all of your comments and things like that and reply to you. This is just for a laugh. It's a bit of a fucking joke. In this world now, we're just trying to have a bit of a laugh. So I really hope you've enjoyed it. There'll be no more now till next week. I'm going away to London to do my own stand-up. So, yeah. Thank you very much for joining me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a like. And most importantly, have a bloody good time. Whatever you're doing tonight, till I see you next.